Obviously, we've got federal and state budget tightness and a lot of challenges at the county level. Mm-hmm. How do you balance the demands of public safety with the delivery of a lot of basic services that come through the county? What are you going to use as your parameters on that?
Well, I think, again, I would take my business experience and I would bring that in and I'd say, let's look at the whole budget and let's see where we can be more efficient. And this isn't just a matter of balancing the needs for 911 or the needs for health and human services, but it's where we've been spending money overall. We've been buying an awful lot of land, and we need to take a look at the debt services that's been incurred or the money that's gone through operating budgets there. We need to take a look at the things that we've put in taken from operating budgets and put into capital expenditures to say, where is our debt service going and is it the right way? Debt service in Dane County has gone up 300% during the term of Kathleen Falk. And while it might be within a limit that's allowed by Moody's because we have a AAA bond rating, the question is, should we borrow just because we can? I think we have to look at what we really need to do in delivery of our services. I mean, public safety to me is number one. If we are to save community and people don't want to send their kids to college here, and we buy parkland that people don't feel safe using, and if we're just not feeling comfortable about where we're at in Dane County, that goes a long way in making this a great place to live. And we used to be number one, and we've fallen to 89th. It's time to get back to number one, and with the right moves, I think we can do it.
Well, I think you can answer that by seeing what I've done for 12 years, and that is looking at my record, where in every single budget I have prioritized public safety and human services. You've heard me say that in 12 years of editorial board visits, and then you've been the judge of those 12 budgets. Those are, I believe, the two top priorities to citizens in Dane County. And so under my watch, we've added 111 new deputies. I've literally doubled the size of the sheriff's budget from about $30 million a year to about $60 million a year, and yet done very smart on-crime policies that have really made a difference in controlling our jail population and turning lives around and making a difference in improving public safety. And yet I've invested heavily in human services, where I've increased the human services budget every single year despite tight federal and state money. And we have, in the four primary areas, the best systems in Wisconsin and some of the best in the country. We have seniors programs that literally no other county in Wisconsin has, and it costs us an extra $1 million a year to do that. It's important we do it. Our programs and support for people with development of disabilities is nationally renowned, and it's an $80 million part of our $450 million county budget. And our programs for mental health are considered a national model that people come here and study. We invest in community-based services to about $25 million a year. And finally, our programs for kids, most of which is not mandated by the state and federal government, and we create very effective, unusual, from youth resource centers after school to the kinds of work we're doing on alcohol to kids in middle school. So we've been able to expand and improve our human services system despite tight times, in contrast to other places like Milwaukee County, to use one big example. Because what I've done is internally consolidate within county government, merge departments and save dollars, done innovative work like convert the methane out of our landfill into electricity to make you $3 million a year by selling the electricity to MG&E. Those kinds of innovations is what has earned us not only this balance between property taxes and continued improvement in services, but also has earned us the AAA bond rating that only a couple of counties, handful of counties in the country have for our fiscal management. And so, we find ourselves in these really tight and tough times for people, helping people weather that storm. Food stamps are on the rise. We're meeting that demand. We're not having people call phones and not get answers. We are responding at this time when people are so much in need.